morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to you on Business Today Television. We start with our ongoing coverage on fourth quarter results as also guidance for the coming year by companies which have performed excellently as far as their corporate performance is concerned, and of course their stock prices are in top shape. We are now joined by the management of Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, India's finest shipbuilder. Set up in 1960, Mazagon Dock has constructed 806 vessels, including 30 warships and 8 submarines. It's our pleasure to welcome Mr. Ruchir Agrawal, Director for Finance at Mazagon Dock, to discuss the way forward for this company. Namaste Ruchirji, a very warm welcome to you, and from a very grateful nation, thank you so much for the wonderful submarines and warships that you have created. They have made India proud and saved the day as far as a lot of negative activity is concerned by our enemies. Let's look at FY26. A lot of data, ladies and gentlemen, will come to you as far as fourth quarter performance is concerned. But Ruchirji, my first question to you is, what is the order book at Mazagon Dock at the close of FY26 March 31st?
Morning and
FY25, sorry.
Good morning and thank you very much for the channel. And it is great pleasure for me for talking on to you. As far as order book is concerned, our present order book stands at around 32,200 crores. That was March 25.
Okay. And out of 32,200 crores, what is the breakup of this between warships, submarines, normal commercial ships, as also domestic and overseas?
Around 20,000 crores is towards warships and their D4 liabilities, and rest is towards our one of these FNGC projects, the Coast Guard 21 fast patrol boats and 6 Denmark exports.
Okay. Would you want to break this into domestic as well as overseas? I believe warships and ONGC would obviously come under overseas, domestic, but any export orders that Mazagon Dock has?
Order is around 713 crores. That is the order we are executing as on date, and that is inbuilt in this 30. 17,013 crores is the order book for.
Okay. When you look at the March 2025 performance, top line was somewhere like 11,432 crores. That rose 21% over March 2024. Now, this 32,000 that you say, 32,000 crores, is roughly worth 3 years of order flow, given the kind of sales that you have shown. What are the orders that you think are in the pipeline from the government of India for Mazagon?
We expect some major orders to be coming in because we were the sole contender, selected contender for 75I. So that is a big project in itself, and the other is the follow order for P75, which we are sure that it should come from the Navy. And there are also discussion on new generation destroyers and the follow-on order for 15B, which is to be finalized by Navy. So, a good number of orders are expected side, which we expect to come. Some of the orders to come to as well. And there is also discussion on new generation destroyer, where we are capable of making them, and probably we will be selected for those destroyers.
Okay, especially for the shipbuilding and submarine orders, is there a specific timeline that you can guide your shareholders and viewers as to when you will get them?
No, this is something not in our head, and we are eagerly waiting for that to contracts to sign, and we hope that this should be finalized in this quarter itself, so that a clear picture comes to us and the company, and to our investors also.
Okay. Mr. Agrawal, before we move forward into the future, I would like to understand from you, as far as fourth quarter performance was concerned, project related costs rose dramatically to 183 crores versus 41 crores in the year ago quarter, and contracting costs were also dramatically higher, about 9 times, to 589 crores versus 63 crores in the year ago quarter. Could you please explain to our viewers and shareholders what were the reasons behind this dramatic rise in both these costs?
Generally increases when we are about to conclude our contract, because we hire the agencies other than our employees to finish off the jobs, and this is the reason the subcontracted cost has increased this year in comparison to the earlier year, because we had given commissioned three boats in this January, and also there were completion of other projects also during this period, which increase the subcontractors and also the project cost, particularly in this year.
Okay, so these were basically one time expenses which have been incurred and you don't see them occurring quarter on quarter. Am I right?
Yeah. These expenses generally come around when you are about to close the contract, because you finish up the remaining jobs which are left in the completion, and you hire subcontracts also to finish the job fast.
Okay, fair point. Now let's look at how sales and profit could perform over the next 2 or 3 years. When you look at compounded sales growth for the last 5 years, it's 18%, and compounded profit growth for the last 5 years for Mazagon Dock is 38%. Mr. Agrawal, how do you see FY26 sales and profit after tax over FY25?
Review our if you go back 5 years, these were the contracts which were awarded prior to 5 years, much prior to 5 years, and that was the completion period. Although there were years of COVID in between, but these contracts were finalized almost 10 years back from now, and that's why they show a rise of 38% as well, and 12%. What indicated. But in years to come, we will see that we are conservative, and we see that there will be growth of about 10 to 15% in our revenue, and also our margins will be on the same range. And as we go closer to the contracts, when they are completing, when they are about to deliver project, then probably we will be on the higher side of marks.
Fair point. Defense orders are lumpy and they get recognized in a different format, as has been very well explained by Mr. Agarwal. Ruchir ji, operating margin has been one of the dramatic improvements that Mazagon Dock has shown. They were between 5 and 6% during March 20 and March 2021, and are now between 15 and 18% March 2024 and March 2025. What is the glide path that you see for operating margin at Mazagon over the next one or two financial years, against the backdrop of potential wins that you've mentioned?
We go by value of production, and as the ships are completed and they are about to for commissioning, or they are up for delivery, we are finalizing their all the costs, and that's why, as I also mentioned in my previous answer, as we go closer to the completion and commencement, the commissioning, we are knowing the actual margins, and we are. So that's why it was a higher margin in comparison to previous years when we were under contracts were under work in progress. As they complete, we are looking the actual profit what will be coming.
Okay. One thing I have always wanted to know, you have a very high other income component, somewhere in the vicinity of 900 crores to 1000 crores. What are the possible components of this other income, and is it likely to be in the same range in the coming years?
Actually, in this industry, we are getting advances for construction of ships, and these advances till we start procuring the goods, we put the labor into work. They are with us, and these advances are earning interest on deposits. So these other income are part of those interest only, which we earn. The money is actually is for the industry.
So they are more or less predictable because once these orders come in, you will be getting fresh advances, and those advances will earn interest. Mr. Agrawal, how do you see this talk globally of large shipyards in South Korea, in America, seeking partners, manufacturing construction partners in parts of Asia? Is Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders in any kind of conversation with any of its global peers?
As of now, it should be clearly known that we are under defense ministry, and we will not be liquidating any of our equity because it is a strategic value. We may come out with offer for sale. That is the government's decision. But for strategic dilution to any of the foreign vendors or bidders, I don't see in very near future, because our core competence in our area is around defense, and I think a government will be giving to any of these strategic partners. Yeah, for us, we are looking for partners outside for building our capacity for requirement of meeting the requirement of government of India for making India Atmanirbhar construction of ships, commercial ships. That based on our requirement, where we don't have any, we are not competent, or we are lacking any competency, we may seek the help and guidance of foreign dockyards.
Okay. At the moment, the government of India owns about 85% stake in Mazagon, 84.8 to be precise. Uh, any conversations that you've had with the Ministry of Finance where they may want to dilute this stake?
This is a strategic decision, and they don't tell to the companies, because that is the call of the Ministry of Finance, and we come to know also, like you, that they are coming to offer for sale, and they have already completed on the 7th or 8th of April, and they may decide. Because I think they have to come up, they would like to bring the equity up to 75%. So they may come up with more offer for sale.
Okay. You have zero debt, which is fabulous, and about 16,000 crores in cash and equivalent balances. What are the Capex plans for the coming 2 or 3 years? I believe they will be all internally generated in terms of funds. A guideline that you can share on Capex in the coming 2 3 years, and what is the capacity utilization as of now?
Uh, Capex plan would be around 6,500 to 7,000 years to come, and that all will be in the for capacity building. We are already going in a big way for expansion in our Nava yard. and also Stockyard, where the land which we have taken from by borders. And we are big way going for an expansion plan where we will increase our current capacity to 2 lakh TWT construction of new.
Any funds that you would like to raise to meet these capacity expansion plans, or are you fairly happy with the cash position that you have?
Actually, although it is always better to leverage your funds, but we are comfortable as of now, and I don't see any fundraising for the Capex plan. Any
Okay, I'll request the PCR to kindly show the daily and the monthly charts of Mazagon Dock to our viewers. Mr. Agrawal, how do you react, or how are the employees at Mazagon Dock, you know, reacting to this fantastic rise in the stock price that one has seen over the last 2 or 3 months or so?
they are very encouraged, and they expect this to go up. And it is, if you see the 10 rupee share, it is almost running around 6,800 to 7,000 rupees. And they are jubilant, and they expect more. Dil mange more. They'll mange more, and we expect that we will be meeting their market's expectation and employees' expectation.
क्या बात है अग्रवाल साहब, आपने तो कमाल की बात कही, दिल मांगे मोर। एक बात और बताइए, आपके हिसाब से ये जो डिफेंस स्टॉक्स में रैली आ रही है, खासकर आपके कंपनी में, इसके पीछे 2 या 3 कारण क्या हो सकते हैं?
इसके 2 कारण ये है कि एक तो शुड आई स्पीक इन इंग्लिश और हिंदी? The reason behind this increase is that the investors know that we are the only company which is capable of making submarines in India, and our defense budget is increasing every year. And with the increased budget and our capability, this present government wants that our funds should be self-sustained, and they should be Atmanirbhar. So that confidence investors are also showing us that we will be able to deliver good warships and submarines to Government of India, Ministry of Defence.
क्या बात है अग्रवाल साहब, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका, और कमाल की आपने लाइन कही, ये दिल मांगे मोर। ही इज़ विशिंग यू ऑल द बेस्ट इन the forthcoming 4 quarters for the current financial year and the next, and here's hoping that sales guidance and profit after tax guidance, including Capex as well as the order win flow, exceed the wildest expectations of all the people who work at Mazagon Dock. And once again, from Business Today's side, from our viewers and your shareholders, a deep felt thanks for the wonderful things that you do to keep our nation safe.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was Mr. Ruchir Agrawal, Director CFO at Mazagon Dock Yards. He mentions 2 or 3 very, very important things. Capex for the next 1 or 2 years is in the range of 6,500 to 7,000 crore rupees. As we all know, Mazagon Dock is debt free, has a cash balance of about 16,000 crore rupees. So these funds will be raised internally. They have no requirement of any funds from the market. Apart from that, he sees 10 to 15% revenue growth in the coming 2-3 years, and hopes to maintain the margin in the vicinity of 16 to 18% on the operating side. Apart from that, Mazagon Dock is very hopeful to win submarine orders from the Government of India, as also warships. And at the moment, the order inflow is to the tune of about 32,200 crore rupees. More order wins are expected this year, and of course, the entire staff at Mazagon Dock is extremely thrilled with the stock price performance, and as they say, dil mange more. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to Business Today Television. There's a lot that's happening on this channel as far as news is concerned. Remain glued.
With Donald Trump's unprecedented crackdown on Harvard University, students are left in the lurch. But let me explain how exactly Trump has been choking the university. Harvard University has been on Trump's hit list for the last many months, with the latest crackdown being on international students. The Department of Homeland Security informed Harvard that its certification to enroll international students was revoked. The university